Oh, am I supposed to talk?
Nigga, I said you want to start us off this time. You said sure.
I was just... Normally we develop a pattern where you say some stupid shit.
That's why I asked you specifically.
Where you say some stupid shit and I tell you to hit the music.
Fuck, but I told you to start.
Do you want to tell me to hit the music this time?
Bitch, hit the music. You got to say something to trigger the music now. You can't. You did it wrong again. I always say hit it or something. Hit the music, Brent.
Oh, hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.
I can't deal with you.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to whatever the fuck this is.
That's not it. It's how do we even get here?
I know what it's called. I'm just saying whatever the fuck this is in terms of us not having any kind of structure or rules or...
I have structure. I'm a very structured man.
Yeah. You're structured terribly. Let me... Listen.
That's fair.
They left out too little leg, too little hair.
Oh, shit.
Too little intelligence.
My hair was longer than yours last week.
Longer, but at the same time, still balding. I don't know how that happens.
It used to happen in the 70s all the time.
Yes, it did.
It was a beautiful thing. You know, I realized when they said that shit to me, that's exactly what all 70s black dudes were doing.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't cut it.
Okay.
They said,
perfect.
Fuck it.
That's perfect, because that actually leads into the topic.
Okay,
so,
hit me.
I can't be the only one who's noticed that we're adults.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am.
But we're not.
Well, I'm not, too.
When I say we're adults, but we're not, we're both about the same age.
Mm-hmm. Well, relatively. I mean, I'm like significantly younger than you.
You're not significantly younger than me. You realize we were probably in high school in the same year?
That's not true.
Yeah, it's very true. What year did you start high school?
2003.
Yeah. We were in high school in the same year.
When did you graduate?
2003.
Yeah, I started after you.
We were inside the same year in high school.
No, like you would have been gone.
We were inside the same year in high. Actually, I was definitely gone. Actually, I was almost gone the year before.
That's all I'm saying. If
because
you didn't fail, you would have been.
No, I didn't fail. Here's why I was almost gone the year before. Because
you kept fighting people.
No, I did summer school.
Oh.
Through all the years, and I ended up taking I jumped ahead by doing summer school.
Credits.
Right, and so when I came back senior year, especially at the second half, they were like,
"Get away from that young girl! Get out of here!"
No, they were like, "Okay, like we can't have you here for like one fucking class a day."
So what the hell did you do?
So they had me TA for like 2 or 3 different classes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell does TA mean?
Teacher's assistant.
Ah.
They had me TA for like 2 or 3 different classes.
That's bullshit.
I know.
I'd have been like, let me go home.
I know.
I'm like, fuck y'all. I gotta go. I'm smart.
Really the only, like I took like, I think there was like 1 or 2 classes that I had to take senior year that I didn't take through summer school.
Yeah.
And then drama, which I just like to take.
That would have been fun. I always wanted to do that, but like, we didn't really have a drama department. We just had like lacrosse. I went to the white school.
You actually had lacrosse?
They were killing it. Our school was like state champions at lacrosse and soccer and
lacrosse
all that. White
is
schools,
pretty
man.
big on the East Coast.
No, white schools on the East Coast. It was like a prep type shit. They were on their shit.
It's not really that big in white schools on the West Coast.
Bro, they were fucking it up. Like I'm not joking. We had like state champion after state champion after state champion, but we sucked at football and basketball. And so my boy Travis, his
football, basketball, and track, I bet.
Yeah. But his junior year, he was such a beast, and his class, they were so good. Like, our basketball team actually got good, and everybody's like, oh, shit, we got a basketball team now, too. Let's go. Like, we were a problem. But, yeah, we had all white sports locked up.
Okay. But,
I don't know how we got there. But.
Anyway, because we talk about high school. Anyway,
that's right.
So, I damn near should have graduated in 2002. Actually, I probably should have graduated in 2002. That way I wouldn't have had to spend that extra year doing nothing, since my best friend had graduated ahead of me. Anyway.
Right. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was. But anyway,
sorry you had to go through that.
So, adults.
Okay, adults. What you got?
Adults. Do you ever notice how different adults look now than they have through literally every other generation before now?
You mean like the Super Bowl where Jennifer Lopez and Shakira are like 40 and 50 respectively, yet they look like they're 20-something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how adults now, we're both in our 30s, right?
Yep.
I don't feel like I look like I'm in my 30s. You don't look like you're in your 30s.
I have my moments.
You look more like,
before I cut my hair, that was spotty.
Even with the dad hair. Like if you take out the dad hair,
if you take that off, I get back in my 20s.
You look more like you're right. You look more like you're in
26, 27.
20, right? But like I feel like when we were growing up, adult. I remember specifically thinking 30 is adult.
30 is old, is what
30
it was.
is adult.
It's adult and old.
What not necessarily old for me, because all my cousins, and I told you this off, but all my cousins were older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my cousins. Me and my cousin Brianna were the two youngest in the family.
Yeah.
We're the two last in the family until Gabby came along 11 years earlier. Or 11 years later. So it was just me and Brianna. We were the young ones, and everybody else was at least 10 years older than us. So when they were in their 20s, we were in our teens, and that still kind of seemed cool.
So you're like my sister. My sister's 11 years younger than me. So she like came along, and all of us were adults now. We're all in our 20s, and she's like,
Well,
by
Gabby's
herself.
like your sister.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all like 20 something, and she was like, right now she's 19 and I'm 30.
Okay. Actually, no. Yeah, technically, and we were like that with our older cousins.
Then there's a couple other cousins that are closer to her, but it's just like a few. Like we had like 80, it felt like,
Right.
at the time.
But like 30 was adult. Like our
Yeah.
parents were 30s and 40s. They were adults, and they looked like adults. They didn't look like kids that got older. Even pictures of them when they were kids still look like
Adults.
Just still look like
Yo,
adults.
My mom showed me a picture of her when she was like 12 or 13. She got the same exact face, and she looks like she's a grown ass adult. She's just wearing little kid clothes,
Right.
But she a grown ass adult already.
Right. That's why when like people make fun of like these adults in high, people talk about like Grease, like all these adults in high school. It's like actually if you look at your fucking family albums,
Yeah.
they all look like grown ass adults in high school.
So what happened to us? Why the fuck what happened to our era?
That's what I can't figure out.
Because honestly, high school right now, when I look at these kids, I'm like, damn, these are some big ass kids. Like they be dwarfing me. I'm like, what the fuck?
But
are
they
y'all
still, that's another generation gap. So while we still look relatively young,
eating? They look older than us. A lot of them. No?
they look hella fucking young.
Well, in the face, But I'm talking
Yes.
like bodies though. They be like, these
That's like
motherfuckers
okay.
be
So
giant.
take for example like a Selena Gomez.
She is the finest baby face I've ever seen in my life.
Here's the problem
She looks
is
like
her
a
face.
fucking baby.
The problem
But she's
is
hot
her
as hell,
face.
But she looks like a fucking
I
baby. It's
can't.
crazy.
I just can't with the face.
So
I can't with that face. If Selena Gomez walked up to me right now, I would be like, "Please, I can't."
ID, please.
I'm like, "Get the fuck away!"
Nah, I'd be like, "Let me see that ID."
This shit is a trap.
Fuck that.
And
Nah,
you would ask for the ID, and you know who the fuck she is, but she looks like
I would ID her.
She looks like she's 10 years old.
If I didn't know who she was, I would ID her. But the second I saw she was like 24, 25, oh, I'm backing up. If you're walking up on me too,
she looks too young, dog.
you know who used to get me like that? Is this girl that got really popular. She was one of Taz's Angels. I don't know if you ever heard of Taz's Angels. It's like black Playboy
In
basically.
TNA?
No.
When he was the announcer? Hey, what's up, Cole?
No.
Here comes the pain.
No, definitely not.
I got angels, Cole.
First
He's
off,
cool.
he
I'm like
never-
Charlie over
He
here.
never said Cole in TNA, number one. That never happened.
He says Cole all the time. That's all
He
he,
just says
says
it
is
even
Cole.
there.
If you listen to his podcast, it's just Cole.
Yo.
This is 2 hours of him yelling at Michael Cole.
So it was Taz's Angels, but not that Taz. He's like the black Hugh Hefner. He's based out of Miami, Florida.
Okay.
And he had all these fine ass women down at that compound. Just
Okay.
all these sexy ass women. I'm gonna just name a couple of them that got popular. So Ashley Martell used to be one of them.
Rick's daughter?
No, they all do have wrestling names. This is ironic. No, but that was my boy. Shouts to Mike. That was his joint off of that, because I think he's the one that put me on him in general. But that chick's super bad. But Irv Gotti ended up dating her, which is crazy. Just ironic as hell. But Irv Gotti of all people. But yeah, she was super bad. But then there's another one that I was in love with, and her name was Demi Rose. Demi Rose.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
She is like crazy levels of fine, right? And she was there for a while,
yeah.
but then she went back to. Did you Google her that quick? Jesus
course I did.
Christ, I didn't know what you were doing. That was so fast.
Yeah, she's fucking
She's
hot.
super fine.
Oh,
but do you see
she's
the
got a
face?
hell of a young face.
Right. That now you get the link. Super.
Oh,
fine.
that's gross.
No, it's not gross.
That's fucking
No, 'cause
disgusting.
that means when she's like 50, she's still gonna be looking like 20
oh, that's
something.
fucking gross.
Do you see how fine that woman is?
The body is amazing,
But she has such
that
a baby face, right?
That face, she's
And it's
like
a cute
teenager,
face. It's
dude.
exactly like Selena Gomez. It's
She's
the same
like,
thing.
oh, I can't with that face.
I could
can't
with that face.
dude.
Hey, Demi Rose, this is the TRE portion of this. This is 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube because they hate me. And yeah, no, I can with that face
can't
for
with that face.
sure.
I can't with that
For
face.
sure.
That's like, you ever watch Modern Family?
A little bit.
Do you remember the oldest daughter with the big eyes?
Yeah. How old is she? Isn't she underage?
No, they're all over.
Oh, they're over now.
Like all
Okay,
the
got it,
kids
got
on
it.
that show are adults now.
See, I always see her as like a little kid because it used to pop up after Raw all the time.
And she still looks like that. She still's got that little kid face. Now, ironically enough, the girl who plays her sister on the show, Ariel Winter. Shout outs to Ariel Winter.
I've heard you say that before.
Fuck up.
Why do
I
know
love
that
me
name?
some Ariel Winter.
Why do I know Ariel Winter? Have you talked about her before?
She
Around me?
She kind of almost became not an Instagram model, but like her body got so ridiculous she became famous for her body.
Somebody sent me
outside
this
the
shit.
show.
Like I don't know her, but I know her.
I may have.
It's either you or TJ. I can't remember. Somebody.
It may have been me.
It could have been you, honestly.
But
I don't know.
Her body got so ridiculous. Here, I'll fucking show you right now.
Yeah, sure.
Her body got so ridiculous. Jamie, why don't you pull up Ariel Winter for me?
Karen.
Jamie, young Jamie, why don't you pull up Ariel Winter for me? That's Ariel Winter.
Oh, okay. Nah, I see you.
That
see,
body
she looks
got
like an
so
adult.
fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I see. I mean, she's you talking about ridiculous bodies, and you were just looking at Demi Rose. You can't. Demi Rose's body
Demi Rose
is crazy.
has a face though that is
but you
too
just
young.
said the body.
Her face is too. Her
She's
young
just
is
gonna
too
look youthful
face.
forever, man.
Her
I know.
young
I
is
heard
too
that.
face.
But dude, just come on, man. When it comes to the Instagram models, she's on my list.
But going back to the point,
Yeah.
I've reconnected with a couple of like people from high school on Facebook recently for literally no fucking reason. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Because of the Rona.
It was before that. But
Will the Rona age these faces?
But here's the thing. I remember them from when they're like 15 years old, right? They moved off. They've had kids, right? They still look the same as when they were like 15. Like nothing changed in the damn near 20 years since I fucking seen them.
Like face wise?
Face wise, nothing has changed. In matter of fact, a lot of them, some of them, their bodies have gotten better.
Oh yeah,
It's like
I see a lot of that.
it's like that's such a stark contrast between literally every generation before us that we've seen pictures of them when they were younger and then they were older and then that generation of our grandfathers and fathers and adults and stuff that went to the military and that military like there's never a picture where it's like, oh yeah, that's a kid.
Right.
Like they all still look like there was something, I don't know if it's the hard of living, if it's the food, if it's the exercise, whatever the fuck it is, but we all we're really looking younger.
So my mom had, I keep using her as a reference because I'm seeing her pictures in my head as you're talking about this.
Yeah.
Like all the years of pictures. And I see one picture of her, she had I think it was a prom or something. And funny enough, that's the youngest I feel like I ever saw a picture of her. Even though I saw her as a kid.
Yeah.
But her, like I said, she looked like an adult dressed up as a kid. The only thing that tells you she's a kid, she's smiling. Like, hey, I'm here, hey. Like a real toothy smile. And that's not really how my mom get down in pictures. She be like more with the stern face and shit.
Right.
So with that one picture of her though, she looks like a teenager. Like she just looks like a teenage woman. Like, you know, it's gonna be in that shit. But then the next picture you see, she's like a grown ass woman.
Right.
Like every picture after that, she's my mom. She's a grown ass my mom woman. And I wonder, does a lot of that have to do with the fact that the last generation did have kids a lot earlier too? Like a lot of us have tried to hold off like a motherfucker, man. It ages them.
Kids do.
They age the fuck out of you.
Kids do age you, but I feel like you were just expected to quote unquote grow up faster.
Yeah.
Than you do. Like even in the most extreme examples, like you hear now a lot about people our age still living at home.
Yeah, for sure.
Or moving back home.
For sure.
Like that's not really
I'm
something
one of
that
them. I've
happened
been
a
there.
generation ago.
No,
that's not really something that happened 2 generations ago, or you know what I mean? Like that's something like we're still and it's and like you're talking about people having kids. We're starting later and later in having kids.
Yeah.
Now part of that is birth control has gotten better to some extent, and we've gotten more education on it, and you know there's more options for us before then.
Right.
But also, you know, it's hella fucking expensive, and we know it's hella fucking expensive.
A lot of us are scared, bro. I bust less nuts because of it.
Dude,
honest to God, truth. I know that sounds funny.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for small miracles.
They need more me in the world.
And I do mean small miracles.
Yeah, you tell a story. You tell that story.
No, you
paint that picture for them. That small miracle of mine.
Small miracles.
It is a miracle.
No, I've seen the girls you mess with hands. Ain't no way it's nothing but a small miracle.
Tiny hands only.
Can't handle tiny hands. The tiniest hands. They can't handle.
Demi Rose. I don't know what her hands are like, but I'm telling you something. If she has those hands to match that face, like the Burger King,
then they're baby hands.
She got a little Burger King
then
baby
they're
hands.
baby hands.
You know what? As long as I look at that ID and Demi looks like that, the rest of it, y'all should look up Demi Rose, by the way, if you know what I'm talking about. Like Brent did. Bad. You know what's funny, though? She actually looks older than she did when I started following her. Because when I first started following her, I was
That's
like,
how
this
age
is
works.
No, shut up, man. What you're talking
That's
about.
how time works.
It's your point.
That's how time works. Do you understand? You understand how time works?
I kind of walked into that one. But it's because of what you were talking about, how like they, people slowly age. Like she has such a baby face. You think she looks like a baby now. Like when I first started following her, it was probably like maybe 4 years ago. Her face was so, I was like, all right, then I don't know. I don't even know how old the girl is. I can't even be sure.
Right.
But like little bit of age on her, like not like, what was her, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner that fucked with Tyga for a little bit?
I don't. One of them.
I think it's Kylie.
I don't pay attention to them.
I think it's Kylie. Kylie is the one that like everybody, I don't know if she actually has surgery.
Actually, that's not true. I've started paying attention to Kim Kardashian again because we live in this timeline where Kim Kardashian is fighting to let black people out of fucking jail.
Isn't that crazy?
It's the most ridiculous timeline.
No, this is the greatest rebrand I've ever seen.
The most ridiculous shit.
This is the greatest fucking rebrand. She
went from being a succubus to trying to free.
I'm not doing that.
She went from her family trapping black men.
Stop it.
Stop what?
Stop it.
Stop. Go ask Lamar what the fuck they do in that family.
Lamar
go ask Mr. Odom what the fuck happens in that family.
Listen, nobody was
They
telling
done
Lamar to do
turned
coke every
all
day.
the black men
Listen,
that come through that household.
I'm not letting you do
they
that.
They done turned all the men that come through that household crazy.
Listen, I'm not about to let you do that.
Okay? Turn them all nuts.
I was about to say, I'm giving Kim shouts. Okay, I'm not doing this with you. Kim went from having
Ye was fine before he. Yeah, that's true. Ye wasn't as crazy. Before.
I look back at some of those videos when I was like drinking the Kool-Aid heavy with Kanye way back in the day, and I realized
all the college shit.
I realized he was crazy the whole time. Like when I was looking back with 50 when they did the Face Off, they're sitting on BET. I watched this like a couple months ago randomly, and just how he was talking and the way he was acting, I'm like, damn, this nigga been crazy for a long time. I just was so like, his music, he's a fucking genius, man.
His music,
y'all don't get it.
His music was amazing.
Those
first four albums were amazing.
Easily, it might be the first five.
Those first 4 albums.
He had me up until Yeezus. I was like, yeah, but then he came back with fucking my Twisted. No, yeah, my beautiful
Is that
Twisted
after
Dark.
or before?
That was after. He came with that one because it was like he said Yeezus was a attack on music. And it was like, I was trying to get rid of the beauty, the sounds, whatever. And then he came with that one. It's like, okay, this is the melodic one. I'm trying to give you music now. So it's like, oh, okay. I might have my timeline off. It could be before. Because when did he do the Taylor Swift shit? I can't remember if it was right before. It's either right before or right after.
I can't remember. Dark Twisted Fantasy was about Amber Rose, right?
A lot of it, yeah. He goes and said, blame game. This would be the time to do auto-tune, but I'm not doing it because I have a filter built for this. This is the time to do it. If I was going to do it, this is the time.
Yes, this would be
But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
See, now you could do it.
I don't feel like doing it right now.
Okay,
I'm going to do it real quick.
So what you're telling me is I should just tell you can do it and then you won't do it again? You're that. So eager. See, this is what I'm talking about. You're 30 years old. You're still a child. This circles right back to the topic at hand.
That's how we
got
there.
You're still a child.
That's how we got.
That's exactly how we got here. You're still a child.
Damn it.
And yo,
hit the music.
And yo, looking at the pictures of the people that I went to school with, like I swear to God, I remember being a kid and seeing wrinkles in my mom's 30-year-old friends' faces. There are no fucking wrinkles on 30-year-olds these days.
I see. Okay,
I'm not seeing it.
So I have friends.
There's no gray hairs on 30-year-olds. Really,
that's true. But
I'm not seeing them.
Then again, though, you have to remember. Now I'm gonna get in trouble with women. Okay, I don't do this often.
Men or women.
I'm gonna play this role.
I'm talking about men or women.
I have a gray hair. It's on the top of my head. You just can't see it because you're short. But it's one.
And you're overly tall.
No, I'm not overly tall.
You're overly tall. You taller than me?
Yeah.
You're overly tall.
Okay, you're just being Napoleon.
You're overly tall.
You're just being a Napoleon guy. But I do have that one right in the center. Though since I cut my hair this most recent time, it disappeared. I haven't seen it once. So maybe it's gone. Maybe I'm not stressed at all now. There's no reason to be stressed, the Rona in my life. But whatever. We're not going to talk about that here. Just potting.
Your life, your life, your life, your life.
Why are you doing all this stuff on auto-tune? Don't do this to me when I'm not trying to auto-tune today. But yeah, like my friends, they always talk about like how they are finally starting to see like wrinkles and whatnot in their faces. And like for myself, I know I wake up certain times now. It's like I'm not waking up youthful. Used to wake up like, oh, my face is great, it's perfect. But you're like, oh, I gotta shake it off for a couple of minutes. My face, my eyes are sunk in, whatever. They might be swollen, whatever. But then like the day goes on, I turn back into myself pretty quickly. You know what I mean? And I think that's what you're talking about. Because like we used to see adults, they were exhausted. But again, they had young kids, so they weren't sleeping like we sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no kids. We go to bed. and then we wake up like, oh, we had a full night of sleep. We feel good.
That
but
is true.
But to your point, I know women right now with kids that every time I see them, they're still fire as fuck.
It's because they're trying to get a new baby daddy.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's because they're trying to get the next.
Because I know a lot of them. I know, like, bro, my Facebook. If you ever just scroll down my friends list, like, Facebook don't even suggest guys to me anymore. They just suggest women at this point. Like, they never like, hey, you should. Tom might be a friend. I'm getting
a little tired of your humble brags on our podcast.
I only got 5 spots left.
I'm getting a little tired of your humble brags.
Speaking of, if you're on my Facebook and you have one of these 4,995 spots that are taken, and I get to 5,000, it's about time for that purge again. So I'm gonna purge the fuck out of y'all. Y'all better, stay active, my friends.
Gosh,
you got it.
Tired of these humble brags.
What do you mean? I'm not bragging about nothing. I'm just saying I got almost 5,000 friends. I've almost reached the limit. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Hey. You don't have to be angry all the time. Hey, I just got a work call. We got to pause for like 2 seconds. Is that okay? Can we break for like a second?
Yeah, that's fine.
Call it a smoke break. I'll be right back, guys. Damn, that was a good cigarette. That was a hell of a smoke break I just had. It was beautiful.
Well, it's one of those Long Beach cigarettes. I'm sure it is.
You mean Rona cigarettes? Dun dun dun.
No, I mean weed.
Oh. No, that was a work call. I've never smoked weed before.
Yo, what if that's what's keeping us young?
The weed?
The weed.
I didn't smoke weed till I was 28.
What if we're like less stressed out because we don't necessarily? I mean,
okay. So you said 2 different things there. You said weed, and then you said less stressed. I believe that we are less stressed out.
I mean, they go hand in hand.
I didn't smoke weed until I was 28, and I still don't really smoke weed consistently now. I do it every now and again.
Weed can lower your stress.
No, that's true. But I'm just saying, we're talking about general not looking. Like, I get carded every time I buy alcohol. Mm-hmm. Every fucking time I buy alcohol. Whether I look like a homeless dude with heavy hair and a 70s fro, or fucking youthful, shaved up Trey. They're like, let me see your card. Yeah. Can I see your ID?
Unless I go to a place I've been to before, same.
Even then, they still card me. They're like, nah, I don't trust it still. Let me see it again. I remember one lady wouldn't sell it to me because I was waiting for my new ID in the mail, and I had my Virginia ID. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, lady, what's the difference? The information is right here. She's like, no, this is not valid. No. I said, you motherfucker.
Because not everybody knows what other states' IDs look like.
Yeah, I'll kill that lady, okay? I just want to let you know that, personally. Lady, if you're listening, if you ever deny me for a fucking puncture wound in my goddamn
You're very
license,
aggressive right now.
I'm ready to get fired.
You're ready.
I'm on a Rona pause.
You're really aggressive right now.
It's a Rona pause right now. Okay?
You're really aggressive right now.
All right, my bad. I'm gonna back up. Get a mic some space. But yeah, no. Honestly, what you talk about with people looking younger and
or at least not aging, not getting older.
Let's get off the looks for a second though. Think about the fact that just mentality wise, the way they were getting older. I think honestly because like I said to you before we started this, you told me to stop talking. You're like, let's do it on the mic. But fucking, they were like 30-year-olds back then were like 45 to 50. Like the way their mentality was. They didn't go out for real. They had their family set. Their career was locked in. It's like, all right, this is where we going to live. I'm setting up the school system. I'm going to be stable. Our crazy asses be like, yo, like me for the last 5 years, dog, I done been back and forth across the coast probably 20 times. I drove 3 times. I'll be like, home, back, home, back, home, back, home, back. I do it over and over and over again. Now, mind you, it's starting to make me insane. And I'm trying to find a place to settle down. Mm-hmm. But every time I try to, a fucking pandemic breaks out and they shut down the country. So I don't know where I'm supposed to be half the time. Hence, if you ever listen to Isolation Island 2, I start off the way I did, okay? Because that's what I was talking about.
Is that a new Fox show?
That's it should be. I wish they hired me for that. Or on black.com. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that today. We're not talking about that right now.
What's wrong, Trey? You don't want to talk about the amazing people at blacked.com?
Listen, I don't want to make our listeners have to hear every time I do this tone. They're going to know that I'm about to say black.com. Anyway, we're enough with black.com. But, yeah, legitimately.
Until they sponsor.
Until they sponsor us, because I'll do that shit every fucking day. But, yeah, it's like, you know.
It would be like JR and the Blue Chews. Next part is Blue Chews. Talking about Blue Chews here. You know, your dick needs to be harder than Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can get yourself Blue Chew. Now, listen here, folks. There's nothing nobody wants to hear more than a 50-something, 60-something year old wrestling announcer talk to you about how hard your dick needs to be. Now that's what Blue Chews is. That's what we're talking about right here in between this wrestling podcast. See, that's going to be us with Black.com.
That should be us with Black.com.
That should be us with Black.com.
So yeah, I mean,
I blue chews.
So I just got a long ass message back from the lady because we never actually got on the phone. And I told her, I was like, I'm in the middle of doing my podcast. You know,
Is that what she actually said?
I said that. Yeah, I was like, I know y'all trying to hire me and shit, but I'm trying to get sponsored by Black right now. And you're really fucking it up.
Oh, Black. I've heard of.
That's exactly what she said.
Are those
That's
those
what she said back.
videos
She said,
that?
do you wanna do a Corona Blacked?
I mean,
I said, wait, a black Corona.
I just cleared a couple of those videos off my browser just not too long ago. I think.
Look, we can't get caught on this shit again. We got fucking issues. We gotta relax. Listen, we got blue chews. That's what we
I got blue chews. Everybody get yourself blue chews.
Nah, she was just saying, like, if anybody I know or anybody else around me has traveled a lot and had any signs of coughing and this and that, and I'm like, well, Brenton has a cough from being in Uber. And
I don't have a cough.
that's what everybody says.
I had a cough when we started the podcast.
I heard you sneeze the other day and cough in the morning.
You don't hear me. I don't cough in the morning.
Pretty sure I caught the Corona.
I don't cough in the morning. I do, like, every morning my throat needs to warm up.
Okay, got it. Just phlegm, like allergy. You have allergies?
I do.
Okay.
Seasonal allergy. But they're not even really seasonal. Like, they go in and out of the season.
Yeah, I get that.
Like the other day, my sinuses got impacted a little bit, and I didn't have any spray. But that was a couple days ago, and now it's gone.
Got it. Yeah, I think between you doing Uber and, like, you know, seeing customers and passengers all the time, switching all the time, and then Rachel getting on planes. I might be a
carrier.
That's what I'm saying. And then Rachel getting on planes and, like, going away and then getting on another plane and then coming back and then getting on another plane and then me being around her. Between that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to die for sure because of my heart precondition.
Don't tease me like that.
I hate you so much in so many levels.
Don't do that.
Okay, listen. You see out the window right here?
Yeah.
Is that just a heart on their door, or is it like candy of some sort?
It's a heart.
Okay.
It might be candy, but it's a heart shaped something.
That did not help answer my question at all.
It's a heart shaped something.
All right, man. Whatever.
It might be candy because I keep seeing Jolly Ranchers out there every day. I used to.
I'm still in those. If I see them, I'm taking them right off their porch.
Please do, because I don't want the fucking ants to be crawling from Jolly Rancher and getting in my fucking house.
By the way, that wasp came by like 3 times.
Oh, did it?
It flies by the window. I see it. It's huge.
Well, it's too bad. Its nest is gone.
Yeah, it doesn't go to that screw that was up there.
It wasn't a screw. It was starting a nest.
It was a fucking
Well,
screw.
I sprayed the fuck out of it. It was starting a nest.
This is completely off topic, but, you know, how do we even get here anyway? But when I was working for the trucking company, they had a wasp nest outside of our door. It was a big one that had been built, and we saw it one day. I was like, oh shit, you know, it just happened. You're like, whoa, what the fuck did this giant honeycomb come from?
Yeah,
basically. So we look out there, and I was like, you know, I'll do it, guys. Don't even worry about it. I'm crazy enough to do it. So I get a broom. That was my Black.com voice. I didn't even realize it. But I get a fucking broom, and I go out there with a spray can, and I just spray the fuck out of this hot hive. Like, and I smack the shit down. I smack the fuck out of it. I drop the shit out there, and a haul ass. They were holding the door for me. I, like, slip once I'm getting the door. I'm like, and they slam it. Boom! And then we all peeking out the window. Like, flipping up blinds and shit. We're looking out, and we're like, after about 20 minutes, we look out, and we're like, I think they're gone. I killed them all. And then the coronavirus started, so I'm pretty sure.
Did any of them come out?
No, they all came out. Like, legit. I was risking my life.
As it happened?
As I was spraying that shit, they were coming, like, they were confused because it was such a cloud. I was, you know how you hold that bitch down. Like, you're not playing. Like, I'm not letting go of this bitch, because if you come at me, I'm going to spray your face.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it to me.
Right.
And by the time I finished, I just threw the fucking can, because I think I emptied it, and then I smacked the hive down.
You emptied the clip?
I'm pretty sure I emptied the fucking clip. I was like, I was not fucking around.
Emptied the clip of rain.
Bro,
I
wasn't fucking around. I was not getting stung, and then I was really quick back then because I was still small tray. I was like, get it to the door in about 3 steps, slipped, almost fell down, slid into the door. They slammed that bitch. Boom, yo, you crazy, yo. I was like, I know, but I made it though, and all them goddamn wasps were dead. I think they flew away or something. I might have killed them all, but they definitely were gone. And then somebody else had to go clean it up because I wasn't doing that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I shouldn't have done that, but I did.
Fuck that shit. My homeboy had one. My homeboy swear words. Justin had.
Did you say swear words?
Yes, that's his artist name. He had.
Oh, is that dude you were telling me about? Did you tag me in?
Yeah.
Word. I don't know if I clicked that or not. I think I did.
He had one right outside his kitchen door. that I didn't know until I was coming out of it one day and I saw it and I was like, oh, no.
Right, that's it. It'll stop you in your tracks, boy.
Yeah, I slowed down going to go see him after that. Justin, no hard feelings. We've been boys for 20 years. There have been a couple times where I was gonna go to his house and I was like, it's too daylight and it's too. I don't want them motherfuckers to come out.
Goddamn wasp out there waiting on me.
I'm not exactly trying to do that right now.
Now all the stuff y'all got to worry about on the West Coast, and you worry about goddamn wasps.
Yes.
You rather go at night out here.
Yeah.
When you turn the corner and you go around the wrong corner, and you see a guy in a color, just one color, and you'd rather worry about the wasp.
Gangs ain't really like that out here.
Man, stop.
Gangs ain't
Bro,
really doing that shit
when I first got
anymore.
here, my first year
Boys in the
here,
Hood shit.
stop. My first year here,
Gangs
bro.
ain't really doing that shit.
I'm riding through Long Beach. I ain't know where the fuck I was going. I tried to take a shortcut. I'm going straight down PCH. I tried to take a shortcut going downtown. I turn down this neighborhood. I get to the corner. I turn. I'm driving slow as a bitch. I got my lights on, but it's like I'm moving slow. I ain't paying no attention. I'm just like, yo, where am I at? How do I get through this bitch? And I look over, and there's a porch with like 20 niggas. And they all wearing one color. And I'm creeping. I'm driving slow as fuck. Just looking over. And them niggas all stopped talking. They looked over like, yo, what the fuck's up, homeboy? And I was like,
you were driving slow through a
I didn't know where I was going. On the East Coast, they don't do that shit. They just be like, hey, yo, you lost? You need help or something?
Like, that's the okie doke.
Nah,
That's
out
the
here,
okie-doke.
baby.
That's the okie doke.
I ain't never had to deal with
You
that
don't
shit,
do
man.
that.
I drove off so fucking fast. I looked over. I was, oh shit! I look like I'm doing a drive-by.
Yeah.
I hauled off.
Yes.
I was about to get shot
That's
on
called
accident.
the okie doke.
Not about to get shot on accident. They
Yeah,
was gonna look
no.
and be like, "Oh, this nigga was just lost. He had his map up and everything in his hand."
Nope. That's where you fucked up. That's where you went wrong.
That's what I tried to tell you.
That's where
guys
you
in
went wrong.
colors. It was dangerous for my
God
life.
damn, the guys in colors. If you driving slow through a neighborhood, especially a hood neighborhood. Matter of fact, you drive.
you hear what you just said?
You drive too slow through a white neighborhood, they're gonna be like, "Excuse me,
Yeah,
sir,
they gonna
what-"
point me out.
Yeah, and,
But,
and get you arrested and or shot
They'll
and or
probably
beat
just
up
think
or
I'm
whatever the fuck
delivering
on the
their
hood.
Panda Express or some shit. They'll relax. They'll take it easy.
I've delivered Panda Express before. You got to be careful doing that shit, especially at night. You got to be depending on what kind of car you have. You got to be careful doing that shit. It's funny. I could drive slower in the car that I have now than I could the car that I had before, because the car that I had before was like 10 years older.
Right.
So they were not letting that car slow down. But the Elantra, they'll let slow down in the hood.
That's how I was with my Crown Vic. I had a Crown Vic like that. Like whenever I pull up, everybody was nervous. Mm-hmm. Like I took my cousin one time. I'm not gonna say which cousin or when it was.
Oh, was it that cousin?
No.
The one I tried to look up before? Thanks for reminding me. I need to look her up.
Her brother. But hypothetically, I'm not supposed to say that. God damn it! Stop making me incriminate shit. This was in California, so it's cool. But so we were driving out here in California, and we were going to pick up weed when it was legal. Okay, from a guy who had medicinal weed license legally, and it was allowed. So we were getting it from him in California out here.
But
within the last 2 years.
But you weren't trying to get it. You weren't trying to get it legally, though, were you?
No, we were getting it legally. This was legal out here 2 years ago.
But where were you?
With me and my cousin together and my Crown Vic.
You were in a Crown Vic in Virginia, right?
That died 8 years ago.
In Virginia?
Yeah.
Now see.
So anyway.
You know you done fucked up, right?
So anyway, we're driving to Crown Vic.
You know you done fucked up, right?
I didn't say anything wrong.
You know you done fucked up, right?
I didn't say nobody's name. I didn't incriminate a nigga at all.
You just said Crown Vic that expired 8 years ago.
No, I didn't say that.
But weed.
Why you
was legal
snitching?
2 years ago.
You a fucking snitch.
Nah, you know you done fucked up, right?
So anyway, I drive up and I'm like, and everybody inside when they was going to pick up, the legal weed, they was like, yo, we thought it was a motherfucking cop when you pulled up, bro. Like, da-da-da. Yeah, my bad. That's my cousin's car. That whole shit. You do the whole thing. I'll sit in the car. I ain't go in because I ain't need to be in there because it was legal. And I knew he was good. So anyway, it was that was a California story I just told you.
Sure.
From a couple months ago.
Sure that wasn't the lost episode of The Wire?
Yep. Nope. We're good. We're good. How do we even get here? Look, the point being,
how do adults stop aging?
Have less sex.
Or more sex. Better sex.
We're all not as aged because we're having less sex.
No, we're not as aged because we're having fewer kids.
No, that's
or
fair.
we're having them later.
That is
We're
very
still
fair.
having the sex. You just get off Instagram.
But Shorty's bad though. Did you see her?
You can get off Instagram. We're doing a podcast.
They didn't even know I was on
doing
Instagram
a
until you
podcast
said
because
that.
you're not paying attention.
I've been responding
Doing a podcast,
like this.
damn it.
I didn't skip a moment.
You were doing a podcast.
You were talking, and I was
What was I
listening.
talking about?
You just said, how do we stop aging? You said having better sex. I said having no sex. You said, no, we have less kids. I said, huh. And then you said, get off Instagram. So you was hating.
Okay.
I followed all that shit.
You were paying attention.
They used to do that shit to me in school back in the day. Hey man, Mr. Sykes, what did I just say? And I'd be like sleep, and I wake up, I'd be like, you said the square root of circle
I used
is
to be able to do that shit
3.5.
too.
Man, I can do that shit like a motherfucker. You're not good. That works
Actually, I
with
can still do
girlfriends,
that
by the way.
shit.
Me too. Not good. That works with girlfriends. I just did it. You literally just
I
heard me
just
do
did
it.
that shit when you're asleep and it's like, what did I just say? That we have to do this, that, or the other, that, and the other.
Right.
Because there's enough of them trying to fucking catch you. At a certain point,
Yep.
you're like,
You just started.
you just instantly recall the last
Yep.
5 seconds of what
Yep.
was said.
Like what you were saying that Christopher Columbus, he sailed across and he was looking for the West Indies, but it was actually he landed in America. And when he discovered America, he actually didn't discover it because there was already black people here, and by black people I mean Indians. And they'd be like, "Very good, Mr. Sykes." I'd be like, "Thank you."
Fuck that. No, fuck that. My teachers were still like, wake the fuck up.
Well, they would try, but it's like, what can you really say? Because everybody would laugh. Like, they don't want to get called out with that shit. Because it's like, that literally, every time they did it to me, I would respond, I would say everything, and then they'd be like, they want to say something, but it's like, what the fuck can I say? He's listening.
Right.
I can't tell him to just sit. He's not sleeping, obviously. He just repeated everything I said.
No, he's still sleeping. He's just
really good at doing that shit while sleeping.
Hearing it in his sleep.
Yeah, but the class will laugh. So if they keep doing it, I'm gonna keep popping up and being like, "Well, you said that Cinderella, she lost her slipper that one night at midnight, and then somebody came to look for it because they knew it would fit perfectly, and her ride turned into a pumpkin if she didn't get out of there at this perfect time." And blah, blah. Like, and they like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And I'm like, why can he do this? It's very funny though. I used to love it.
Now, conversely, those adults that do look like they're at least 30,
Some of them do.
look like they're at least 30.
Yeah.
Look like they're like,
Nah,
there's
them
some
niggas pushing 40.
There's some that lived a hard
Yeah,
30,
yeah.
25.
Look, I got some
you know
people.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. Because some of the people that I know, like, that I'm cool with, I see them and I look and I'm like, okay, so I got a lot of friends that are like fitness models and shit. So, I don't know why you doing that. I'm not a fitness model.
I'm gonna need for you to stop bragging about your
How
fucking
the
life
fuck are they having
on our
abs?
podcast with my life going the way it is.
Bruh, I ain't got no damn abs. That ain't me. I'm about to talk
But you're
shit about these
still
people.
with the fitness people.
I mean, they be eating grass and shit.
Listen, if you want to help support some, one of these podcasters who's not living a good life, you can go to patreon.com/getherepod
I ain't got no
and
damn
help out.
abs. Ain't no abs here.
and help out. Anyway, go continue with your humble brag about your supermodel people that
Alright,
you hang out with.
All right, shout out to this bitch ass nigga EB. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really fuck with EB, but it's like, the only thing I really remember about EB from back when we was in school is actually just after school. We were playing at the rec center and I pump faked him. This nigga jumped out the gym. Like, he went to go run at the ball because we were playing basketball. Mm-hmm. He was guarding me. And, how football players, they're like terrible at basketball. So his dumb ass, because he's athletic, like hyper athletic, obviously he's a fitness model. He runs and he's like, huh! I head fake him and he jumped so high he almost kicked me in the face. I had to duck under his leg and run and go lay it up. And I looked at him. He was like, "Good pump fake, good take." I was like, "Yeah, I bet, you dumb motherfucker." But
hey, not every athlete. It's different athletics.
There are, because his was it looked the part, but that shit was stupid. Because I pump faked him out his goddamn shoes. EB, you suck. If you hear this, I'm gonna make sure I clip this part just to send to your dumb ass. But nah, he's one of them dudes. Like, he looked like he 25. EB was before us, so he's probably 31 now, maybe 32. Mm-hmm. But he's like literally on the fucking circuit. He's winning competitions and shit. He trains people out in LA now. My homegirl Faith, another one. She's fucking she does all this modeling shit. She's fucking 30 now, but because we're in the same class, 07, but you would never know it from looking at her now. She looks like she's in her 20s and shit. There's a bunch of people I know that are doing shit. There's a girl back home in Virginia too. There's a girl named Christy, another one named Jaleesa. Just all these different girls that are doing this modeling shit, and they look like they're in their fucking 20s for sure. If you saw them and you had no clue about the background, you didn't know nothing about their lifestyle, you're like, oh, these chicks are 20. My boy Terry, shout him out too, Terry Tomlin. He's another one. He was a freshman for me when I got there. So I think he technically is still in his 20s because he's younger than me for sure. And I'm 30, so he's got to be right there. But you would think this dude's 21. He's ripped like a motherfucker. The kind of dude me and you hate personally. But he's a great guy. He's a great fucking guy. So I can't knock Terry. EB's a piece of shit. EB, you piece of shit. But Terry is dope. You know what I mean? But it's those kind of people. And it's just fitness looking, young looking 30 somethings. And it's weird. It's fucking weird because, again, when I think of my mom, I think of my aunt, I think of my uncle. Even my uncle was in great shape. He's not a relative, like a family relative, but he's so close to my mom and them that it, he became uncle. But shouts to my Uncle Terry. He looked like he was in his 30s when he was in his 30s. Like, he's a big, solid, country-looking dude. He just looked like, I got a farm and I kill crocodiles for dinner. And I'm a big, burly motherfucker. He's just huge.
Adult.
You know what I mean? He's an adult, a grown-ass man. And, like, even now, like, we stand next to each other. And it's like, I'm a big boy. I'm 230 myself. He's probably 240, 250, still huge, got the wrestler build. Like, he's a giant, jacked human. And he's like damn near 50 now, if he's not already. And he's still, like, now mind you, he slowed down aging. I will say that. That's the weird thing. You know what? To the same point, but a different version of it, they actually kind of slow down, though. Even though they look older earlier, they kind of just stay that age for a long time.
They stay that age forever. So like they stay in that they hit that 30
I want to say some racist shit so bad right now. I'm trying not to.
Do it.
I'm trying not to.
The microphone's right there.
Okay, fuck it. Asian people do that shit. They be like, they'll turn one age at one point, but then they stay that age forever until they break.
Until they get old.
And then they get old as
and
fuck
they just,
out of nowhere.
Just suddenly,
yeah. That's not really racist. I love Asians, okay? They just don't love me back. But whatever, it's cool. I know, it hurts. I've never had an Asian woman. They don't fuck with me.
I've only had one.
You've had one?
Only one.
You son of a bitch. You humble bragging bitch.
Only
I can't
one.
Fuck with you right now.
Only one and only once.
How did you get one? What did you do?
Okay, Cupid.
That's not fair.
That's
I don't know that song.
That's how I get every chick I've really ever been with since high school is online dating. That part is not sponsored by Black.com.
I want an Asian woman so bad. I think that's the only way I'm gonna get one.
Through the services of Black.com, possibly.
This is where it's gonna start. So as soon as I say I'm gonna say something racist, it's gonna cut and it's gonna be like through the services of Black.com. I love Asian people so much though.
If you do cut any of that, you're gonna have to put the cut up pieces on the Patreon. Give them a reason. Give them
Only if they pay us.
Yeah, that's the whole point. We'll put it on the Patreon, and you have to contribute $5 a month to hear it.
I will keep that part.
If we any edits, that could be our first tier.
Edit point.
Any edits, $5 a month. Actually, it's $5, $3 a month. You hear all the edited.
Yeah, I can
portions
do that.
of the podcast.
I'm okay with that because I just be chopping them and putting them at the top of the podcast anyway. I never get rid of them. I never delete them.
You shouldn't.
Except for that one episode. You're definitely not. None of that's getting out.
Oh, that should be $10.
That's just not getting out at all.
That should be $10.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not doing none of that.
$10 a month.
Fuck that.
That should be $10 a month.
Nope, because I was being too real.
But you're right. They stop aging at a certain. People stop aging at a certain point, but we stopped aging a lot earlier. So like, are we gonna hit that wall sooner? Because I don't feel like that's gonna happen. Like. So, I recently went to a family wedding. Family members I hadn't seen in at least 5 years, some 10, some 15, some even longer than that. Most of the cousins looked relatively the same, except for some gray hairs. Like, they didn't really age. And these are the cousins that are about 10 years older than me. Looked basically the same, except for some gray hairs. So maybe a little bit more weight, but they basically look the same, right? The cousins, me and the cousin whose wedding I went to, we looked the same. Like, we didn't change since high school. And we didn't change in those 15 years, really. The other cousins didn't really change in that time frame either, except a little bit grayer. It's almost like after our parents were born, where they came out looking like adults.
Right.
We all, as we're gonna age, are gonna look like kids in adult makeup, or old people makeup and like wigs and stuff. Like, we're gonna look like we're playing adults, and I feel like that's what most of us are doing. I feel like we're all kind of playing adults. Like, we're not really adults.
Well, that's because it's our actions too. You know, like, I remember this may be an edit point too, but I remember you and I going after a night at Clancy's, and these guys bugging the fuck out and being like, "Hey, you wanna come to our house? You remember that shit?"
Yes, I do.
They were like, "Y'all want some food or anything? You want this? You want that?" I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it.
Like, I mean, neither one of us did anything anyway, but just like being like, "Hey, you guys want some Coke? I want some fucking Coke," and it's just like, to me,
but motherfucker, that's what they were doing. And when our parents were rolling out, our parents were rolling out in the 70s and 80s. Well, Coke was everywhere.
See, but you're saying rolling out. See, that's more of our grandparents shit then. You gotta think
What?
about that. That's their era. That's their bag. Our parents were being born during that stretch.
No,
How old are your parents?
my mom was born in the 50s.
Ah, okay.
So she was
outside.
So she was heading out in the town in the 70s.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. See, my mom is she's 55, so she was born in the
Late 50s, but she was born.
My mom is early 60s, 63, something like that. 64,
So around the same,
63.
around the same age. So they were rolling out in the 70s and 80s, where there was coke everywhere.
So my mom basically would have been rolling out like 80s, like right as 80s happened.
She was born when?
63.
63.
So 17 would be the 80s at that point for her.
It would be 80.
80, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, like, my family was uber
When
religious.
when she would be introduced to coke, it would be 80.
Right.
Yes.
But what
she
was
wouldn't
the
be
drug?
She wouldn't be introduced to it in high school.
That's what I'm saying. So the drug of choice would have been like, that's like my grandfather walking
It would
around
have been
with
coke.
Afro type shit. Right.
It would have been coke was 70s and 80s.
But my mom
Before
was
that,
never-
it was really just weed.
But that's
maybe,
what I was saying.
Maybe
You gotta think
heroin.
hyper religious, my family. So my mom grew up in that Jehovah's Witness, blanket or whatever. So she wasn't out there like that at all. And even when she got out, she wasn't about
Shit.
it. Nah, real talk. To this day, like we're very
The religious ones are always the ones.
I'm telling you, honest to God truth. My mom and I have a relationship like that. We talk that shit. We talk about real life. Not her bag. Never her bag. Now my dad, on the other hand, actually, you know what? Nah, not even him. He's like, he don't even drink. Like my dad, I made him drink with me when I went up there. Like he don't drink. I had to be like, yo, I gave him some Moscato. Like he wouldn't even want to drink that. I was like, I'm gonna buy a bottle of Moscato. You gonna drink with me, nigga? Like I never seen you. You gonna drink this shit?
Yeah.
We see each other like once every 15 birthdays. So you gonna see you gonna drink this fucking drink, and I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna drink this goddamn drink? He was all right. He's sitting there drinking this shit. But he's a cool ass dude. Shout out to my pops. He's cool. But yeah, it's fucking like I don't know where I was going with that. I got distracted by the fact that my family life is fucked up.
So where on the aging spectrum do you think? Because you already look like you're 48.
Yeah.
You
That's
feel
for
like
sure.
this is where you're gonna stop until you reach like 70?
I do. I think I look okay. So when I was 20, I looked younger. Right. I still looked significantly like younger. I look back at those pictures. I got the slim face all the way down to the chin. There's no real cheek formation. You know what I mean? Even when I lose weight now, like my face does thin out the same way. My bad. I punched the mic, yo. But my face does thin out the same way. But it's not that same youthful look. Even if I lose weight right now, because I've done it. I did it when I was like 26, and it's different because I can grow a beard and all this different shit now. My face widens
I grow a
out.
beard.
I mean, shit. Yeah, listen, man. I
I have
look.
manly facial hair.
Well, listen, you get to keep your hair up top. I get beard hair. You got to take it. You know what I'm saying? It's a trade off.
That's fine.
You can have your
You
hairline
have it.
forever. I would love to have your hairline and just
You
have
can
no
have it.
facial hair, because you can still do the clean look. You know what I'm saying? You can get
Yeah.
that youthful 24 forever. I can't do that. I got to go with the beard and the bald head eventually. I'm gonna get my Common on. And that's gonna be the vibe. Rick Ross Common. I'm gonna figure out one
Just
of them.
fucking show up in random
I'm
ass
telling
movies
you,
for no reason.
Like, yo, what's up, Mr. J? Nah, that's your lady, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be like
fucking
that.
watching a magic, watching fucking Now Can You See Me, and it's like, is that fucking Common?
Common's
What the
everywhere.
fuck is Common doing in this movie?
Getting a motherfucking check is what Common's doing.
Fucking going to see fucking, what was that other movie I saw?
Smoking Aces.
No, some girl took me to see The Perfect Man. That's what it was.
Oh, he's in that too.
Yes, he is.
Common's in everything.
And I'm like, I'm sitting there watching this stupid movie, just laughing to myself about how bad it is, and it was a dumb movie. But I'm sitting there like, wait, just randomly, I'm just messing with her, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, is that fucking Common? and every time it's the same reaction. It's like, is that? I'm like, what the fuck is Common doing in this movie?
Listen, Common.
What the fuck?
I just want to put it out there. I've met Common.
I'm sure he's a nice dude.
He's a fucking great guy.
I'm sure
He was one of the most humble superstars I met.
I've never heard a bad word
He's
about
fucking
him.
great. He's fucking great. I shook his hand. It was dope.
But I always am just I'm not flabber. I'm always just like confused as to why he's in random ass movies.
Well, the thing
playing
is,
a cop. John Wick. He was in John Wick.
is in John
I'm sitting there like,
well, he was
what
a bad
the
man in
fuck
John
is
Wick.
Common doing in John Wick?
Have you seen John Wick 3?
I saw all of them. Yeah.
Okay, so I think John Wick 2 is when him and
I think
Keanu had it
he's-
out, right?
yeah.
So, because he was, because they started right after they had that crazy fight. So, he was a bad motherfucker in John Wick.
That was the
2,
first
though.
time he played a bad guy.
He was a
I'm
bad
sitting there like,
motherfucker.
That's the first
no.
time he didn't play a cop.
No. Because Suicide Squad, he wasn't a cop either. Because he's
That motherfucker wasn't Suicide Squad.
he was. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That's
Hey, Mr.
another
J,
one.
that's
That's
your lady.
another one
He
where
said,
I was like,
that's your
what?
lady, Mr. J. I don't want no problems, man.
That's another one where I was like,
you're
what
saying
the
you-
fuck
yeah,
is
you-
Common doing in
Yeah, a little
this
sweet
movie?
on me. I fucking hate Jared Leto for that role, by the way.
Like, why? Like, I'm just confused.
Nah, Mr. J, that's your man. I mean, that's your girl, Mr. J.
I
That's your girl.
swear Common just lives on fucking backlots and just fucking walks onto random fucking movies and they
Well,
just shoot it. They just let him.
You know what he did?
Let him do it.
He dropped Universal Mind Control, and ever since then, he's been in every movie ever. He's mind controlling
It's
the
yeah,
universe. That's what he did.
They
He
just
did that.
let him walk.
He's
Just
walking.
fucking.
Oh shit, it's Common. Hey, you want to be in the sense? You want to be common sense? You want to be? Just come on set. Just come on set, Common. Why don't you come on out here? Why don't you come on?
I'm surprised I haven't seen him in one of these debates just showing up like universal healthcare.
He will.
Excuse me, Common.
Is that Common?
He's like,
Right. Hey,
American.
You know he's at the All-Star game. Of
course he was.
He rapped because it was in Chicago.
Because it was in Chicago.
He freestyled like all the players' names. So they were talking because I listen to the Joe Budden podcast all the time, and they were talking about how he was doing the intros, and every foreigner's name that would pop up. He like, yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then he had to rhyme something with that shit. I'm trying to think of something to rhyme with Giannis Antetokounmpo right now in my head, and I'm a rapper, and I got nothing. Literally, I got nothing. I bent the spoon, yo.
Raise the tempo.
Yo, I bent the spoon, yo. Say something like that. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I was eating O's this morning and bent the spoon, yo. You gotta do something weird like that. That's the only way to do it. This is some strange alliteration.
You in Common.
Not me in Common. I was just talking about my hair. Okay, you asked me.
Matter of fact, is that Common out the? Is that motherfucker
That's
coming
a
in
heart.
here?
That's a fucking heart.
I swear.
Relax. He's gonna be on this
I
podcast.
bet
He
you
gonna pop
Common
up.
just pops up on this podcast.
Universal mind control. He can pop up and do that shit. Common, my guy. Look, I'm not doing this.
I don't hate Common. I like Common.
Good.
I'm just
Good.
always
Common.
confused when I see him.
Common go hard.
I'm just
By the
always
way-
confused when I see him.
By the way, shouts to Common because Testify is in my top 5 songs of all time. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. That story is so dope to me.
It was until I kept hearing it.
When I heard
and
that-
I hate and I.
Don't let me testify.
The,
I
the
said,
group,
oh,
the,
you
the,
excuse
the beat
me,
is
yeah.
tight,
Yeah.
and I ended
That
up
beat is hard.
and I ended up going back and listening to the actual song that he sampled.
A knees hustle.
Before you take my love away, please let me testify. Like
And,
like the actual song.
What's the real lady's name? I'm gonna call her Cookie right now because of
Taraji P.
Taraji P,
And the
yeah.
music video was fine
Shit's
with
hard.
Wood Harris.
That shit
But the
is
more I
hard.
listen to that song, the less dope it is.
Nah, that shit hard.
I heard it too much and I'm like,
I ain't heard it too much.
This ain't great.
You know what?
But
I'm
the
not even
one,
gonna give
but
you
the
all
one,
my
"Come
songs.
Close to Me, Baby," "Come Close to Me," with the sign language, with the signs
yeah.
outside the shit.
Yeah.
And it's the
You put that at her.
that was a dope song.
Don't talk about this.
That
We're
was
gonna
a dope
save this
song.
for another podcast.
We don't have to say this for another podcast.
No, we should. We
We're
should do
talking
songs. We should do songs on another podcast. I'm saying.
Yeah.
But back to your point about looks. I think I've aged from my 20s and my youthful look, and I've been about the same weight for about 3 years, give or take 5 pounds. I keep going back and forth, but I haven't really had a drastic loss.
See,
or
I don't even know
drastic
if it's a
gain.
weight thing though.
No, I know, but I'm saying like that does start. Like if you have heavier weight, right? Eventually, that does kind of drain on your shit after a while, depending if you've always been a heavier person or not. Because for me, I was really slim at one point. Like
Yeah.
I was really fucking slim to a point where like, by the way, girls ain't shit because they would tell me after I gained
Welcome to
weight.
the dark side.
Right. By the way, they gonna tell me afterwards. Oh, you look so much better now. I couldn't have fucked with you when you were skinny. I didn't know. Bitch, why didn't you tell me that then? You had me out here eating all clean, trying to look good for your ass, and now you talking about you love it? Like, yeah, I love you with some meat on your bones. I only knew one lady back in the day. I ain't gonna say her name because she married now. She got kids. She having a good life. I'm not gonna do it. But she was the one. She was like, would you gain weight for me, baby? I was like 19. I was like, nah, bitch.
The secret is skinny dudes get play if they're funny.
I've always been funny.
Because
so that works out.
But not really any other way. Like they're almost like fat dudes, except they still get more play than fat dudes.
I don't know if that's true because like, well, I've always had a sense of humor. I put it like that. I'm not like ha ha. ha. Sometimes depends on who I'm
You're
talking
not.
to.
You're not really humorous. Like you're not really funny.
I'm not like Dave Chappelle.
Like nothing you say is actually funny. Like it doesn't make me laugh or like crack a smile.
Yeah.
Or
You're smiling this whole time.
or is pertinent to the show.
Do you think-
or is worth you saying?
Wait, this is aside from your stupid shit you're saying. Do you think we should do a live podcast right now?
Live no.
On Facebook.
No.
We could go live.
We're not set up. No. We're
Yeah,
not
we
set
are.
up for
I
any
can
of
do
that
it right
shit.
now. I can do it literally right now.
No.
We should do a live podcast.
Why are you interrupting this tape podcast? Talk about a live podcast
This is a great
that we
idea.
may or may not ever actually do.
No, we're gonna do it.
We're not going to do it.
And it's gonna be on camera.
First off, we don't really have time to do it because I got to go.
No, you're not going
Possibly
anywhere.
have to go soon.
We're potting all night.
We're not potting on
It's
it.
gonna be 17 episodes. What were you saying?
We're talking about weight in terms. In terms of your aging.
So basically, with all of that being said, I feel like to answer your question directly, originally from like 20 minutes ago, I think I'm gonna look like this for a while. I do. I think the only thing that'll probably change is if I ever am able to secure a job without them having a pandemic. I'll probably lose a little weight, maybe like 10 pounds, maybe 15. And
Actually, you'll probably gain it because you'll change your eating habits.
no, it'll be healthier though, because I want to change my eating habits for the healthier. I'm having to eat bad right now because I live in bags. This shit's terrible, and I don't really have a kitchen that I call my own with all my pots and pans and this and that. But once I can lock back in, like my kitchen will be, I got veggies and this, because I'm very I'm meticulous. You know what I mean? I have a plan, but I just haven't been able to execute it because I'm not anywhere specifically. Mm-hmm. So I do think that I'll probably lose a little weight, but the goal is 20. I want to get to 210 again. I think 210 is a perfect weight for me at my height and my age and all this shit. But I think that the look wise, I will pretty much look like this though, because I'm gonna keep drinking. I'm gonna keep living.
Like it's not gonna get any better.
It's not gonna get any better, man. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna dress better. I plan to buy a new wardrobe, so that's gonna happen. Less homeless looking pretty soon.
Designer burlap sack for your face?
No. It won't be designer. It'll still be like at least marginal. Like it'll be mid level. I won't go like top shelf burlap.
So the Vons paper bag will still be what you use for your face.
Maybe Von's plastic. Maybe I'll go that route. I think that's a little classier.
Better. Let me help you adjust that.
Yeah.
Let me help you adjust it.
I think it'll be pretty
Just
good.
Tighter the better.
So with this aging conversation, do you have any other last points or anything?
I am curious as to what the next generation is going to look like
As
when they grow up.
The TikTok generation?
Yeah,
Me and my people?
Because you're
Whoa!
too old for TikTok.
I just hit the whoa though.
Because we had all our adults, all the generation before us that all grew up looking like adults. Mm-hmm. Like everybody had that dad or granddad that everybody was afraid of their dad.
My grandfather had the same hair as
Or
me, by the way.
grandfather.
We had the exact same
Because
hairstyle.
you walked in, they just carried the burden of the weight on them, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody afraid of nobody's daddy no more. Ain't nobody afraid of nobody's
Yeah, I
mama
be feeling like
no
I
more.
whoop anybody's ass. That's the way I feel when I
Right,
look at
ain't
them,
nobody
honestly.
afraid of nobody's
Yeah.
mama no more.
Honestly.
Like that doesn't happen anymore.
By the way, fuck you, EB. Ain't nobody scared of your big ass. Fuck you, nigga.
So between that generation to our generation, who all kind of still looks like they did when they were teenagers, to a certain extent, to the generation after us, who all look like toddlers.
Yeah.
Like what?
Shouts to Demi Rose, by the way.
Like is everybody like?
With your fine ass. Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Chris Hansen, I want you to come on here.
Demi Rose is grown.
Come on here.
She's super grown. Don't do that.
You said, I want to blank your blank with your fine blank.
Oh, I wanted to. Yeah, I did. But I did want to ask you a question. What about like Ariana Grande? How do you feel about somebody like that?
Same.
Too young looking. Is
In
it just
the
the ponytail?
face.
Have you seen her when she puts her hair down?
It's just the face.
It's not though.
It's just the face.
Oh, I gotta show you a picture when she
Everything
puts her
else,
hair down.
everything else is whatever.
Nah.
But I swear it's that face.
You gotta look up a picture of her.
Now,
with her hair down.
sometimes you can grow out of that. Like sometimes you can grow out of that.
Demi's
like,
doing it right now. Demi's doing it right now. She's getting older. But look up Ariana Grande with her hair down.
Demi still kind of looked like she was of age.
It was always
Demi
close,
kind of
though.
looked like
she looked like she's like
of
19 though.
age. Ariana Grande looks way too young.
Hair down. Look at her with the hair down.
Fuck the
though.
hair down. She
Hair
looks
down.
way too
I'm telling
young.
you, look it up. Hair
Her
down.
face,
Hair
her hair
down.
up or down doesn't
Listen,
make a difference
you
on her
don't-
face.
You're not hearing me until you look at the picture.
It doesn't make a difference on her face. Her face still looks.
Look at it. It looks different.
Her
I'm
face
telling
still
you.
looks fucking young.
You're saying that because you haven't looked at the picture.
What, this one?
I don't know. Let's click it. Nigga.
That looks hella fucking young. What the fuck?
Dude, she looks
with
significantly
with
older.
a ridiculous amount of makeup
Okay,
too.
so now you're making excuses. Now
with
you-
the ridiculous with
your
clown,
tone just changed.
with the fucking clown
Your-
makeup
your
on
tone
too.
changed.
Here, how's that hair down picture?
She
There's a hair
looks
down picture,
older.
and she still looks like she's fucking 10.
She does not look 10.
She
Stop.
still looks like she's underage.
No.
She still looks like I need to fucking card her.
Look
ass.
next to it. Look at the two of them next to each other. Click that picture.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Well, that's not Demi Lovato. That's
There she is. No. See, Ariana, look how much older she looks
Her-
like with her hair down.
That's not her. That's a
I know
different
it's
person.
not. No, it's not.
An idiot.
I saw that shit before you clicked it. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do that anyway. But basically, so you're saying you're a hater on anybody that looks young in the face, even though they're sexy as fuck.
I'm saying I can't. No,
And
not a
of age,
hater.
mind you.
I'm saying I can't be attracted to a chick if she looks like she's underage.
Well, this is what I would like y'all to do. For the people that
Now-
listen to
now-
this,
now-
I want y'all
now
to
you can be-
comment on it and give us your take on it. Like, how do you feel about a guy, for instance? Like, I know we have ladies that listen to this podcast because most of our feedback has been from women so far. So for the ladies that listen to this
Ironically.
podcast, I know, isn't that weird? But for the women that do listen to this podcast, I would like to know from your side, how do you feel about a guy that has a body of like a Greek god, as y'all put it, like me? And they
Jesus.
listen. We don't have YouTube yet. They don't know. It's okay. It's good. And Brent, because he's the same way. We got the same build. We've been doing the same workout every morning. Got it. But when you have somebody like that, but they have a really young face, does that fuck you up? Or like if you're looking at an Instagram, you're like, damn, look at this motherfucker, and you look and you see 18 or you see 19, are you like, ooh? Like, does it throw you off instantly? I'm curious. I want to know our fan base and the guys too. Any guys that are listening to this shit and they get to this point of the podcast and they listen all the way through, give us comments. Tell us what you think about that, because I'm curious what y'all think, because I'm kind of torn with it. Like I said, Demi Rose is sexy as hell. I don't care what nobody say. That chick is sexy. She does have a young face. She's sexy as fuck. Ariana Grande, same thing to me. She's a lot slimmer. So hers is a little... To me, I lean more to what you were saying on that one because she's so slim. Because when you look young and you wear a high ass ponytail all the time, and then you're slim as fuck, it's like, all right, it's a little creepy.
See, the ponytail thing doesn't.
That high
change
ponytail
it.
doesn't do it.
It doesn't change it. It doesn't change.
Nah, that shit
It doesn't
kills
change
me.
because I'm looking at.
She might as well have pigtails.
I've always been a face guy anyway. Like it's
I'm
never. It
always
doesn't
like that, too.
change the way her face looks necessarily.
She looks. See, but
like
that's
it
the
can
thing.
change how it's framed, but if her face still looks young or old, her face still looks young or old.
I've seen her with her hair down at the MTV Awards. So specific picture, it wasn't up there when you just clicked, but it's one picture I seen her and I'm like, oh shit, she looks like she's like 24, 25. Like she looks like an older version of herself, and I'm okay with it. It was with the hair down though, because whenever I seen her with a ponytail, I'm always like, oh, that chick's like 16. She's probably 16. But I swear to you, she aged by about 9 years instantly. I wasn't mad at it. I was like, okay.
I would hope you wouldn't be mad at it.
Come on, man. I'm not about to sit here and defend myself. I've never played with that line, ever.
You fighting for your life. You fighting for your life here. I'm fighting for my life here.
Jesus Christ.
Trey Kelly.
Look at that line right there.
Trey
You see
Kelly.
how calm everything was?
My
Look at
mind's telling me no.
you.
Should
No,
have
not
listened.
Trey Kelly. Fuck that.
Should have listened.
Fuck that.
Shoulda
As a matter of
listened.
fact, the last two women that I've talked to, no, it's not
I'm
true.
gonna rename this podcast "Escape Surviving Trey Kelly."
The last girl I
Surviving
talked
Trey
to
Sykes.
was older than me by 2 years almost. Okay.
How'd
And the
she
one
look?
before that was 2 weeks younger than me. So that's
See,
it.
robbing the cradle.
2 weeks
Cradle-
younger than me, literally.
Cradle robbing mother.
July 22nd, August 3rd.
Cradle
That close.
robbing mother.
That, but not even 2 weeks. It's like 13 days.
I swear you're gonna get this whole podcast shut down before
Man,
it really takes
Black.com.
off.
Man, fuck that, Black.com. That's all I'm saying. Where can they find you at, though, since you out here hating?
They can find me at Surreal469 on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff.
And for your boy, you can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube. Why, Brent? Because YouTube hates me.
You can find us
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter at You can find us on
God.
Twitter at
Jesus, Brent, let me go first.
here_pod
Okay, he's just...
on Twitter.
I don't know.
Facebook, we're at Get Here Podcast.
And on Instagram, we are Get Here Podcast.
And on Patreon, we are Get Here Pod. Patreon.com/Get Here Pod. I think we settled on $3 support per month. Setting that up, and that'll get you the edited portions of the show if we edit anything out, which God help us, we may or may not do.
Yo, this episode's losing something. I promise you. I'm not a racist.
Sure you not.
I just said racist things, that's all. I didn't even say anything
So
racist,
gonna
really.
lose us that Black.com sponsorship.
No, I'm
I
taking
swear
this
to
out,
God.
too. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Yeah, I'll never say any of this stuff.
Say goodbye, Gracie.
Okay. Goodbye. What?
Say goodbye, Gracie.
I don't want to... Why am I saying to Gracie? I know a kid named Gracie. It's creepy that you said that.
Say goodnight, Trey.
Good night, Trey.